G'day, my gaming friends. How are you going today? We're going to do a Let's Play into a new indie title that came out last week, a couple of weeks ago, actually. When was it? September. Well, man, this October's flown by. Okay, so it came out in September. This is the Excavation of Hobbs Barrow. I hope you can hear me clearly because this music is just going absolutely off. It's got a sick kick drum going on it. Anyway, it's going to be more like a point and click adventure game, but it is definitely a horror or sort of it's got dark undertones and things like that in it. So we ain't going to be getting jump scares on or like a typical sort of horror first person thing, but I've heard that it's really well written. So yeah, if you like your Return to Monkey Island games or things like that, then this should be up your alley. So let's just see how it goes. I love this intro, and of course it's got great pixel art as well. Now I'm hoping a lot of this is going to be them reading. I find I lose my voice after a while if we're reading a lot of narrative. Anyway, sit back and enjoy. Gorgeous full screen and bigger pixel art sprites.
Ah, Miss Bateman. Welcome back to Ticehurst House. It's been quite some time. Terrible weather this evening, is it not? Nurse Blaketon has had enough of me smoking inside. Makes her cough, you see. A bit of rain won't kill me, will it? You mustn't be interested in me nattering on. Give my regards to your father. Nurse Blaketon is preparing his supper.
Alright, let's go see.
You look pale, Miss Bateman. Do head inside. You'll catch your death out here.
Let's go see Father. Oh. Quick little intro. Voice acting, I think, is going to be pretty sweet as well.
Dearest Mother. I hope this letter will reach you.
Look at the beautiful full screen.
I have spent these past years in torment, trying to piece together what remains of fractured memories. What I am about to recount to you will seem beyond comprehension, but I beg for your patience.
I shouldn't call them sprites, it's just pixel art.
I will endeavour to explain the events that led me to Ticehurst House that night. As far as I can recall, this whole wretched story started with the receipt of a letter from a Mr. Leonard Shoulder. The letter brought me to the isolated village of Bewlay, deep in the moors.
Alright, we've gone back in a bit of time.
No station master in sight. I hope the village isn't too far away. I can't recall our exact meeting place. Mr. Shoulder mentioned it in his letter.
Left click to walk, interact, right click to examine. Move your mouse cursor to the top of the screen for your inventory. Left click on an inventory item, select it, right click to examine it. So you can right click to deselect it. You can double click on exit to teleport directly to it. The game will occasionally autosave. You can also save any time. Map when available. And F5 for a quick save. Gotcha! So we want to look for our letter. Okay, so I'm going to read a bit. Dear Miss Bateman, I write this letter in the hope of piquing your curiosity. I read about your expertise in barrows, and if I understand correctly, you are writing a book on them and the treasures they contain. I live in the village of Bewlay, where a most special barrow can be found on the outskirts. It is rectangular in form and is certainly tall enough to stand up in. The place is steeped in local legend, and there is a rumour of secrets to be found deep within. I hope you will not misunderstand me and find this letter intrusive. If you wish to visit Bewlay and excavate the barrow, I will be pleased to be your guide. Please send your response to the Plough and Furrow in Bewlay. I shall await your letter. Yours respectfully, Mr. Leonard Shoulder. Dear Miss Bateman, marvellous news. I shall meet you at 8 o'clock in the evening on the 14th of this new month at the Plough and Furrow in Bewlay. The inn has fine rooms which you will find adequate for your short stay. When we meet, I shall tell you more of the circumstances surrounding the site, which is referred to locally as Hobbs Barrow. It is not located on my own land, but we will have no issue gaining permission to excavate. I wish you a safe journey. 8 o'clock at the Plough and Furrow. Alright.
I must make my way to the Plough and Furrow Inn.
Can we cross tracks?
Excuse me?
Yes?
I'm looking for the Plough and Furrow Inn. Do you know where I can find it?
Aye, young lady. Leave the station and follow the dry stone wall for around half a mile. You'll come to Bewlay. Go straight ahead and you'll find the market square. The inn is t'other side at square.
Thank you very much. What can you tell me about Bewlay?
Well, it used to be a thriving village. Not so much now. I don't spend much time there these days.
Are you local?
Ah, yes, a local I am. But I don't live in the village.
Where are you travelling to today?
That would be none of your business, young lady.
Quite. Apologies. I wish you a pleasant journey.
Okay. So we go past the station? Just past the station. Is it not?
Hello?
No. Okay. Doesn't stop raining, is it?
Bewlay. I have great expectations for this barrow.
What brings you to Bewlay?
I beg your pardon?
What brings you to Bewlay, miss?
I have nothing.
I'm here to visit a local landmark, Hobbs Barrow.
Hobbs Barrow? Well, I can't say I've heard of it. For what reason?
I wish to excavate it.
Grave robber, are you?
Not at all. I merely have an interest in antiquities.
Not much to be found in Bewlay, if you ask me. You're better off waiting for the next train back to the city.
I'll take my chances.
Can't say I didn't warn you.
Okay.
That was odd.
This is my way out. There we go. Is this Bewlay? No.
The old woman told me to go straight ahead to get to the inn. I'll have time to
Okay. Anything look like a tavern? Let's keep going. tavern.
The cobbler's is closed. Quite an ornate construction. This was created with pride and care.
Plough and
The sign is well out of reach. The sign is well out of reach. The Plough and Furrow Inn. The inn where I am to meet Mr. Shoulder.
Mr. Shoulder. Man.
Hello there. What's the young lady doing out alone in this sodden weather?
Out of my way. You're drunk. What are you doing out?
What are you doing out in this weather?
Waiting for you, my dear.
Oh,
I doubt that.
And I've waited long enough. So, give us a kiss now, won't you?
oh. How are the mutton chops? Humour him, it usually works with men. Slap him. Yes.
How dare you?
Oh,
Wench!
What a buffoon.
the slap. Achievement unlocked. The slap.
I should speak to the innkeeper about a room.
Room.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, lass. How can I help you?
I am in need of a room for the night.
Aye, we aren't short of those. One night, is it?
I shall need at least 2 nights, maybe more.
Aye, 'tis not a problem. 3 shilling per night. That includes your dinner and tea.
A fair price.
I'll need that payment up front for the 2 nights.
Easy. Here you go. I think I've got money up here, right?
I have 6 shillings and 2 pence. My assistant Kenneth is bringing more funds tomorrow.
Oh,
I don't
Kenneth.
like travelling with too much money on me.
No wonder I like with guys like that out the front of the pub.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How can I help?
Do you know a man named Leonard Shoulder?
Aye, I know the man.
I'm to meet him here tonight.
Can I get you something to drink while you wait?
Not yet, thank you. How much is the room again?
3 shilling per night.
Bye for now.
As you were.
Can I not give him the money?
I have 6 shillings and 2 pence. My assistant Kenneth is bringing more. I don't like travelling with.
There we go.
This is payment for the room.
Thank you. Can I ask for your name, lass?
Thomasina Bateman.
And will Mr. Bateman be staying with us tonight?
No, I am not wed.
Thomasina.
My assistant is arriving in Bewlay tomorrow.
Your assistant, you say? Will you be needing another room?
Please.
I'll keep a room spare. It's not quite as nice as yours, I'm afraid.
Not a problem, sir. I'm sure it will be adequate. Kenneth is a man of inexpensive taste.
Here's your key. Just go through the door to the right of the bar, then up the stairs. Room number 2.
Thank you.
Can I help you with your luggage?
No, thank you, sir. I can manage. I should go upstairs and freshen up before Mr. Shoulder arrives.
People around here are just a little bit creepy. Aren't they?
This shall do nicely.
This creepy
Time to
time.
change into something more comfortable.
What do you consider more comfortable? Let's have a look. Oh, hello. Like overalls,
Much better.
like a bow tie thing going on.
A sturdy-looking thing, useful to many a weary traveller. I've stored my case in there, a box within a box.
Okay.
I've hung my dress inside. Aside from that, the wardrobe is empty. This may come in handy. I don't wish to carry the bowl around with me.
A jug of water's fine.
I do feel tired after the trip, but my meeting with Mr. Shoulder must take priority.
Don't want to hold that
As
bowl.
the only light source in the room...
Is that a matchbox? That might be handy too.
Complementary matches. Useful.
Very good.
There's only one match left, though. Jammed shut. The wood must have warped over the years. Jammed shut. I don't want to take the painting with me. I don't wish to take it.
Okay. Not asking you to take it, I'm just clicking on it. That's it. And we are waiting.
A lovely place to warm oneself. The poor thing. Hello, sir.
Aye,
Do you know a Mr. Leonard Shoulder?
you're not local. You've come on that bloody train, haven't you? Bewlay's going to dogs.
My name is Thomasina Bateman, and you are...
None of your business, lass. Where's your husband?
None of your business, sir.
Ah! You're brave coming in here, all on your own.
I'm a grown woman.
I'm Cyril.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Cyril. Do you know Mr. Shoulder?
That be none of your business, lass. I don't come to your city poking around asking questions, do I? Man just wants to enjoy his ale in peace.
Okay.
I take it you are not enamoured with the railway station.
Bewley's gonna be swarming with outsiders, like you. We don't want you coming here. It's as simple as that, lass.
Why not?
This is our town, our land.
I assure you I am not here to cause trouble.
We'll see about that, won't we?
What can you tell me about Bewlay?
We're a proud community. I've lived here my whole life. Not much here to interest folks like you.
Folks like me.
Aye.
Bye for now.
Ta-ra, lass.
Ta-da. Alright. Just see what his dog
Miss
looks like.
Bateman, you've transformed.
I feel far more comfortable in my outdoor clothing.
You look like one of those explorers you see in the newspaper.
I guess you could call me an explorer of sorts.
I'm Stanley. Stanley Kemp.
A pleasure to meet you, Stanley.
And tell me, I trust your room is adequate.
Most adequate.
Excellent.
Has Mr. Shoulder arrived yet?
Still haven't seen head nor tail of him, Miss Bateman.
What can you tell me about Mr. Shoulder?
Aye, he's a quiet fellow. He only comes here to check his post.
Yes, I've been corresponding with him using this address.
Have you now? You found yourself an admirer.
Not quite.
What business do you have with old Leonard, then?
Well, if you must know, I am what some people call a barrow digger.
A what?
A barrow digger.
What in God's name is that?
Are you familiar with tumuli?
Afraid not.
Barrow is another word for tumulus, or tumuli in the plural. A profoundly interesting subject.
You've lost me.
I excavate ancient burial sites looking for relics. A barrow is traditionally a circular mound of raised earth enclosing a burial chamber.
Oh, aye? You're a grave robber.
I am no such thing.
Don't worry, lass. I've met all sorts in here over the years. I won't tell anyone.
I assure you, my goal is more noble than petty grave robbery.
What sort of relics do you find, then? Gold? Silver? Bones?
Well, rarely gold or silver, but treasures certainly. Ancient pottery is the most common find. I've been excavating barrows all over the country. I'm documenting my findings in preparation for my book. It shall be called Vestiges of the Antiquities in Rural England.
Oh, aye. Very interesting. But what does old Leonard have to do with this?
He sent me a letter in which he told me about an unusual barrow in Bewlay, a site called Hobbs Barrow. I'm meeting him here this evening to find out more.
I've lived here nigh on my whole life, and I've heard nowt about a Hobbs Barrow.
So what's going on then?
Are you sure you've never heard of Hobbs Barrow?
Not in my life, lass, but I'll tell you something. The moors stretch further than the eyes can see once you leave this village. There's no doubt many a discovery to be made.
Mr. Shoulder said the Barrow is well known locally, a place of legend.
I'm afraid you're going to have to speak to him about it. Why are you interested in digging around in the dirt, lass? Haven't you better things to do with your time?
I enjoy nothing more than the thrill of discovery, uncovering the past and piecing together our history. I inherited this passion from my father.
Oh, a barrow digger too, were he?
Indeed. He would take me with him on excavations as a child.
Does he still come with you now, on your own adventures?
I'm afraid my father's been bedbound by illness for many years.
Oh, I am sorry to hear that, lass.
Thank you, Mr. Kemp. He is well looked after at a private hospital. Tell me about yourself, Mr. Kemp.
Well, I've been the proprietor of this inn for the last 16 years. I worked as a drover all over the country in my younger days. Saved up my coin and bought this place.
It's a fine inn.
Thank you. I often run short of ale, but my rooms are rarely full. We don't get many outsiders wanting to stay overnight here in Bewlay.
What can you tell me about Bewlay?
Aye, it's a quiet place. People keep to themselves, work hard.
I look forward to exploring the village tomorrow.
There's not a lot to see, lass. But St. Edmund's Church is a fine building, worth a visit.
Thanks for your time.
As you were.
Mr. Shoulder should really be here by now. I'll sit down and wait.
It's a bit suspect that nobody has heard of this Hobbs Barrow. Very strange indeed.
Where on earth is he? What a waste of time this is turning out to be.
Evening there, miss.
Not you again.
I just wanted to apologise for earlier. I deserved that slap. I'm sorry for my behaviour. The drink gets a hold of me sometimes.
Let's start again, shall we?
My name is Arthur Tillett.
Thomasina Bateman.
What brings you to Bewlay, anyway?
I'm here to meet someone, but he has not arrived.
His loss, if you ask me.
Perhaps you know the gentleman, Mr. Leonard Shoulder.
Oh, I know Mr. Shoulder all right. If I may be so bold as to say, he's a bit long in the tooth for you.
The relationship is not what you're implying. I've never met him. In fact, I know very little about him at all.
Get me an ale and I'll tell you all about the old sod.
Yeah, let's get him another beer. Come on.
One ale, coming right up.
Thank you very much, Miss Bateman. Then I'll tell you all about old Leonard Shoulder.
He's not going to mess with us twice after that slap. Slapping.
How can I help you?
A tankard of your finest ale, Mr. Kemp.
Oh, good. It's not going to cost us money.
There we are. 2 pence, please.
Thank you. This was the last of my money, but Kenneth will be here tomorrow with more funds.
Come on, Kenneth.
Here you are, Arthur.
Thanking you. Oh, that hits the spot, that does, lass. Now then. Old Leonard Shoulder.
Arthur?
Oh, no.
Mr. Tillett? Oh, for heaven's sake. The man is in a drunken stupor.
Our fault, really.
Mr. Tillett?
You know
He's
what?
not dead, just very drunk. I would still like to hear what he has to say about Mr. Shoulder.
You know what we can do? Throw some water on him. Yep.
Oh, what the hell were that for?
You passed out, Mr. Tillett.
Oh, sorry, lass. Where were I? Leonard Shoulder. Hold on another minute. I'm making for a piss.
This man is unbelievable.
Just still waiting.
It feels like an hour has passed. Perhaps I should go in there and check on him.
Oh, okay.
Miss Bateman? My apologies. The ladies are closed due to faulty plumbing. You'll have to use the gents.
Lovely.
Well, I mean, we're going in there to check on him anyway, right?
Mr. Tillett,
Hell, how's this music?
I would rather not get any Mr. Tillett? Mr. Tillett, are you in there?
Looks like a no.
Mr. Tillett, are you in there? Well, you're not Mr. Tillett. I'd rather not touch it. The thing stinks to high heaven.
Okay, fair enough.
The door opens a crack, but appears to be blocked from the other side. I think I can hear someone moving around. Mr. Tillett?
That does sound
Arthur,
like-
are you out there?
Movement. That sounds
Judging from the
squishy.
draft coming from below, this door must lead outside. I should investigate further. The door is... I can't reach the window from down here.
Do we? Matchbox room key.
I can't I can see it's still raining out there. The mirror is coated in a thick layer of grime. Some excavations are best left to others.
Dirty towel.
It looks like the towel has not been washed in months.
Another jug.
The jug is empty.
Right.
A cold draft is leaking in from under the door. This leads outside.
Can we push it?
The door does not appear to have a locking mechanism.
Matchbox.
The door is blocked from the outside.
Should go out and take a look. Okay. Let's go all the way out and around. Will he know anything about the toilet?
How can I help you?
Toilet door.
There's a door to the outside in the gents' lavatories. Why is it bolted?
That door doesn't even have a lock.
So you didn't lock the door?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Have you seen Arthur Tillett?
I thought he were with you.
He went to the lavatory and has not returned.
That sounds like Arthur Tillett. Don't worry, lass. He'll be back.
Thanks for your time.
As you were.
Yep, alright, out we go.
Excuse me, sir.
Great, we get to go down the alley.
I suspect the barrels are empty. Otherwise, the locals will be rolling them into their cellars. I could tether a horse here if I had one. Sturdy-looking barrels, no doubt. A pearly white gent's glove. It's certainly unlike anything Mr. Tillett was wearing. Seems rather out of place here. Peculiar. Someone has wedged the door shut. Mr. Tillett. Why would he have done that?
Very interesting.
Did Mr. Tillett leave, then block the door behind him? Something strange is going on here.
You're telling me.
Who was that old chap I saw outside the alley? He headed eastward. Maybe I could catch up with him and ask him if he saw Mr. Tillett.
Let's do that then.
Sir?
Is that our man? Oh, the light just went off. Ooh, creepy!
The old man has disappeared into the darkness. I'd best turn back to the inn.
Is that our man, Mr. Shoulder? Very, very weird. Last drinks.
Last orders.
I should get some sleep. Finding the missing men of Bewlay shall have to wait for tomorrow. I have nothing else to ask.
I hope you guys are enjoying this. This is pretty damn sick. I mean, I'm not talking a lot.
Kenneth will be arriving tomorrow at midday. I should get some sleep.
We're concentrating on this dialogue and story.
Yes, I must get some sleep. I shall track down Mr. Shoulder tomorrow.
So I hope you don't
Miss
mind that.
Bateman,
Yes?
off to bed?
Yes. I'm afraid Mr. Shoulder's let me down.
The rotter. Perhaps he will make himself known tomorrow.
I should hope so. This is turning into a waste of my time.
Ah, don't mind the locals, miss. It's just that we don't get a lot of visitors in Bewlay.
Quite.
They mean well, believe me.
Sure, Mr. Kemp.
Please, call me Stanley.
Good night, Stanley.
Sleep well, Miss Bateman.
Rightio. Oh shit. Buzz. What's up, one? Okay. Nice, so we're a chapter in.
Such horrid dreams.
Just insane our casual clothes. Oh yeah, looks like it.
Bolted from the inside, just as I left it last night.
Indeed.
As I suspected, I must have dreamt of that wretched-looking cat. I must say I'm relieved. Right then. Let's see if I can track down the elusive Leonard Shoulder. I'm rather anxious to get to this Barrow. I also wonder what happened to Mr. Tillett.
Right, we
I don't wish to carry the bowl around.
need anything else. Should I get
The
the candle?
candle has melted. It's not much use anymore. Perhaps Mr. Kemp will replace it this evening.
Let's get out of here.
Good morning, Miss Bateman.
Good day, Stanley.
Did you sleep well, Miss Bateman?
Not really. I have the rather queer recollection of a cat entering my room last night.
A cat, you say?
Yes, an odd-looking grey one. I must have been dreaming, as I locked the door and windows before I went to sleep. I saw a similar cat in the lavatories while searching for Mr. Tillett.
Ah, Herbert. Oh, he's a harmless thing. He comes in now and then searching for scraps.
Indeed. Seeing him in the lavatories must have conjured up the strange dream.
The mind is capable of manifesting frightful things, Miss Bateman. I'm happy to report the rain of yesterday has lifted. It's a clear morning outside. Crisp. I've prepared a room for your assistant. What time will he be arriving today?
His train will get in around midday. Kenneth will also be bringing my excavation equipment.
Oh, aye? What does that entail?
Picks, shovels, buckets, lighting and such. He usually packs it in a large crate. Come to think of it, I'll need somewhere to store it.
You're welcome to use the alley behind the inn for any such bulky items.
Probably rather not.
Is it safe to do such a thing?
I can assure you the local folk are not thieves, Miss Bateman.
That's not what I...
Now, say nothing more of it.
Thank you, Stanley.
I'll let you get on with your day.
I'll be back with my assistant when he arrives.
Miss Bateman,
Yes?
I've something I wish to get off my chest, as it were. I've been tossing and turning all night, Miss Bateman. I feel rotten, I really do.
What on earth are you talking about?
As you know, I like to run an honest establishment. And well, I have not been honest with you, lass. I do know of Hobbs Barrow.
You do?
I do. Many here do. There are stories tied to that place, you know. If I've learned anything in this life, it's that some stones are best left unturned. Old Leonard Shoulder is someone to be wary of too. I can't tell you what to do, lass, but you'd best avoid him.
There we go. So people do know.
Why lie to me
They're
about
just too
Hobbs
scared to
Barrow?
talk about it.
I know, lass, I know. I feel dreadful.
But why? What are these stories you speak of?
I really can't tell you more. If you insist on visiting that place, you'll have to seek out Mr. Shoulder. He brought you here. He should be the one to tell you.
I must say, Mr. Kemp, this is all quite puzzling. I've never let local superstitions stop me in the past. I pride myself on being a woman of logic and reason. I've no time to waste on such matters.
As I say, seek out Mr. Shoulder. He can tell you more.
Why must I be wary of Mr. Shoulder?
The man has a certain reputation.
For what?
You've seen it already. Were he here to meet you last night?
No.
Precisely. A man not to be trusted.
Where is Hobbs Barrow?
I don't know. I say that on my mother's grave, Miss Bateman.
I now find that hard to believe.
The moors are vast, lass. I'd tend not to go wandering out there. A grown man could lose himself and not be seen again.
Where does Mr. Shoulder live?
I can't say for sure. As I think I told you last night, he's a quiet man and keeps to himself. He only comes in here to collect his post. Leads me to believe he lives a fair distance away. Certainly not in the village itself.
Might someone around Bewlay be able to help me find him?
You could ask around. As I say, lass, Bewlay folk mean well. Don't forget that.
I shall return later.
Good day to you, lass.
Bye. Okay. Little pieces are starting to unravel.
It seems I may be fighting a battle against some sort of local superstition. Is there a single barrow in England that doesn't have some ghastly tale attached to it? Hogwash. All of it. I've a few hours until Kenneth arrives. I should use this time to find Mr. Shoulder.
Let's chat to this guy. So M for map. Let's just see what it is. Okay. This must be like a clue. A
Hello. My name is Thomasina, and you are?
Now then, that's none of your concern, love.
Jeez.
What do you do around here?
Hey up, you're not scared of sticking your neb in. I look after the churchyard. Dig the graves. Ha!
What can you tell me about the church?
Aye, it's a church.
Quite. Do you know a man named Leonard Shoulder?
I don't know out about no Leonard Shoulder.
What can you tell me about Hobbs Barrow?
Naught to be found digging around in those things.
You know of local barrows, then?
Don't concern yourself.
What can you tell me about Bewlay?
Not much around here, love. Not worth mentioning to you, like.
I see. Goodbye.
Waste of
Ta-ra.
time. Thank you very much. Let's go bother these children.
Hello.
Yes?
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Douglas?
It's a pleasure to meet you, Douglas. That's a great sword technique you have.
Thanks, miss. Mr. Crozier's gonna make me a real one when I turn 12. I'm preparing myself to fight the lantern worm.
What is the lantern worm?
It's gonna come back and get us all. John Lantern thought he killed it at the River Ware, but my father told me it still lives. We must all be prepared.
The lantern worm isn't real, Douglas. Father just told you that to get you out of his hair.
Not true. I saw it slithering out by the beck, like a giant eel it were. I ran home so fast I thought I would fly.
Sorry, miss. My brother has a vivid imagination.
Children often do at his age.
I'll keep training. You will all thank me when I thrust my sword deep into its fat belly.
Douglas, this lady doesn't want to hear your nonsense.
Do you like living in Bewlay?
Yeah, I do. Are you from the city?
I'm from a long way away.
You must have come on the train. I love watching all the steam puff up into the sky.
Have you been on the train yourself?
No, miss. Our parents don't have the money for train tickets. Father says we have all we need here in Bewlay.
Bewlay.
Perhaps this nice lady would like to take you away with her on the train.
No, I need to stay and protect Bewlay from the lantern worm.
Do you know a man called Leonard Shoulder?
That's a funny name.
Have
to
you
know.
heard of Hobbs Barrow?
What's that?
A local burial mound.
Our parents don't let us wander far from the village.
What's a burial mound?
Don't you mind about that, Douglas.
Who's Mr. Crozier?
He's a blacksmith. His forge is just over there on the other side of the square.
Don't you think 12 years of age is a little young for a real sword?
I'll be a master swordsman by then.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, miss.
We're keeping the sister up, eh?
Good day.
Yawning her head
Hello,
off.
miss.
Hello, miss.
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Betty.
Nice to meet you, Betty.
Isn't Betty a girl's name?
What are you up to?
My brother is practicing his sword fighting technique. I'm to watch him until he tires himself out.
I'm tireless.
This time last month it were all about his teaspoon collection. This month it's swords.
Do you know a man named Leonard Shoulder?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
What do you know of Hobbs Barrow?
Our parents don't like us talking to strangers, miss.
So you know of it?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Goodbye.
Bye, miss.
Wow, what a personality.
I don't think anyone is home. The door has been boarded up. No one here. don't think anyone is home.
Alright, I reckon we get to the church.
This must belong to someone.
Okay. Hello? Cakes.
Unfortunately, I don't think the cake...
Well, when we get some money, when Kenneth comes, we'll buy some of your cakes.
Hello?
Good day. Would you like to buy one of these cakes, pet?
I'd like to.
What kind of cakes do you have?
I have some lovely Bakewell puddings, the sweetest marriage of almond and jam. I can tell you're not from around here, because if you were, you would know about my Bakewell puddings. They are quite famous.
Alas, I'm not carrying any money with me.
That's unfortunate, pet. I'm sorry, I can't give them away for free. The money goes to the church, you see, and one cannot shirk one's duty to the church.
I understand.
Shirk.
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Mrs. de Plancy.
A pleasure to meet you, Mrs. de Plancy.
Likewise, pet.
The names in this are so cool.
Tell me about yourself, Mrs. de Plancy.
About me? What would you possibly want to know about me? I've been attending St. Edmund's Church my whole life. I always want to help where I can, so I sell my baked goods, and all the proceeds go to its upkeep. This place means so much to me.
Your cakes look delicious.
I can assure you they are. You'll not find better in the entire county.
She loves her cakes.
What can you tell me about St. Edmund's Church?
Isn't it the finest building? It's been standing here since the 12th century. The box pews in the nave are very fine and date back to the 17th century. The door is open if you'd like to worship.
Thank you, Mrs. de Plancy. Do you
shall.
know a local man called Leonard Shoulder?
Yes, I know Leonard. What business do you have with him?
It's a long story, but I'm trying to find where he lives.
I'm afraid I don't know, dear. Father Roach has access to the parish register. He might be able to help you.
God, how realistic is that dog bark? I thought it was the neighbour's dog then. Jesus.
What can you tell me about Father Roach?
He is a lovely man and an exemplary servant of the Lord. He's been the vicar of St. Edmund's for many years.
Where can I find Father Roach?
At this time of day, he'll be taking his exercise in Herne Wood, to the west of the village.
Thank you. I'll go find him.
Be sure to listen out for his merry whistling. Such a jolly man.
Okay. To the west.
What do you know of Hobbs Barrow?
Hobbs what?
Hobbs Barrow, a local burial mound.
The only place of burial I know about and care for is in this very churchyard.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
Lord be with you.
Can we check out the church? Even though he's not here, we might have some
Goodness
goodies.
me, look at these box pews. I've never seen any as tall as that before. Most unusual architecture, even for the Normans. Someone has left a necklace hanging here. A silver cross. Sterling by the look of it. Maybe I can reunite it with its owner.
Oh, we just stole it. Okay, cool.
The flowers have long since dried out. I don't want them. I've no time for such things. I've no time for such...
Okay, okay. That's it, is it?
Locked. Locked as well. I think they all might be.
Alright, that was our church visit. Does she own the necklace?
Hello.
Good day.
Nope.
Thank you for your time.
Lord be with you.
There's another door here.
It's locked.
So I'm assuming west is this way. There he is, whistling. How cool is that? Ooh. What the actual fuck? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Very sorry. Oh, the shame. This malaise will not pass. Oh, the nausea. I need your help, young lady.
Tell me what you need.
Let the blood from my arm.
Excuse me?
Cut me. I beg you.
Alright. With what?
Are you sure this is the only way, Father?
I beg you. It's the only cure for this torturous malady.
Are you sure?
I beg you. It's the only cure for this torturous malady.
Yuck.
I'm not going near it. Ouch! The broken lens is extremely sharp.
Yeah, so pick it up.
The vicar's spectacles lie broken on the forest floor. Ouch! The broken lens is extremely sharp. The vicar looks dreadful.
Can't we use those glasses?
Are you sure?
I beg. It's the only.
I've got nothing to cut. Can't pick them up.
Don't leave.
Well,
Ouch! The broken lens.
alright, well let's try what we have.
I don't think it's sharp enough. Ouch! The broken lens is extremely sharp. The vicar's spectacles lie broken on the forest floor.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. Glove?
Perhaps I shouldn't risk soiling this glove until I find its owner.
Okay. Handkerchief.
This handkerchief was a gift from my mother. I hope she will understand.
There we go. Okay.
This should work. Are you sure you want me to do this?
Yes, it will cure me of my ills.
I shall do as you ask, Father.
Holy shit. We're about to cut his arm open. Kill the poor guy. Cured.
Thank the Lord for my spare pair. God bless you. I already feel quite better.
I'm glad, Father.
The rapid healing properties of bloodletting cannot be overstated. I'm Frederick Roach, vicar of St. Edmund's Church.
My name is Thomasina Bateman. It's a pleasure to meet you. Are you feeling better?
Yes, thank you.
What ails you, Father Roach?
I just ate a rotten berry, that's all. I like to pick blackberries for my supper, you see. They are quite delicious, as long as you mind the bramble. My apologies again. I wish we had met in different circumstances.
Are you from Bewlay originally?
I was born in our very own St. Edmunds. It's quite the story.
Do tell.
My mother was sheltering there as a frightful tempest raged. And lo, did her waters break right there and then in that pew.
One could say that you were born into your role, Father.
Indeed. When my mother told me the story as a young boy, I knew that this was my calling.
St. Edmunds is a fine building.
Thank you for saying so. It's hard work keeping her in good shape, but our congregation is always willing to lend a hand in the Lord's name.
What is it like being the vicar here?
Every day is a blessing, my child. I have a great love for our parish, and the Lord looks after us.
What about your congregation?
Numbers have fallen over the years, I must say. But those that remain are faithful and full of His Spirit.
I'm looking for Mr. Leonard Shoulder.
Oh, yes? Are you a relative?
No, it's a long story, but he invited me to Bewlay.
And he didn't tell you his address?
He was to meet me last night at the Plough and Furrow, but he never came.
I see. Well, let me welcome you to Bewlay on his behalf.
Thank you, Father. Do you know where Mr. Shoulder lives?
Let me think. It's been many moons since I've paid him a visit.
Perhaps you could allow me to take a look at the parish register.
No need. I remember it now. A fair hike across the moors.
Could you please give me directions?
I'll take you there myself. It's the least I can do after you aided me so.
Oh, cool.
Capital. Thank you.
Just let me know when you're ready to pay him a visit. I'll be resting here for the time being.
Capital. Is that like a new word for like sweet? Capital.
What do you know of Hobbs Barrow?
I can't say I've heard of it.
It's supposedly a famous local landmark.
I'm afraid I know nothing about it.
What can you tell me about Bewlay?
It's a quiet town. The railway line, which I presume you arrived by, is the only news of note we've had here for years.
I've heard the new station has received a mixed reaction.
I've heard many a debate, it's true. But my role is not to adjudicate on that matter. I'm very busy in my own work, you see.
All right. Wait, do we... Yeah, let's just go.
I'm ready to go to Mr. Shoulder's house.
Excellent. I feel the fresh air will do me well. Follow me.
Super realistic dog again.
Good morning, Father.
Good morning, Mrs. Duplancy. Mrs. Duplancy, this is Thomasina Bateman, a visitor to our parish.
We've already had the pleasure of meeting, Father.
Excellent. Miss Bateman, don't hesitate to try one of Mrs. Duplancy's wonderful cakes.
Yes, I've heard about her famous Bakewell puddings.
I'll be here all day, young lady. But remember, once they're gone, they're gone. Those little whelps have already gobbled up all the gingerbread.
You are doing God's work, Mrs. Duplancy.
He smiles upon us, Father.
Miss Bateman, if you'd like to follow me. Let's talk of graves, of worms, and epitaphs. Make dust our paper, and with rainy eyes, write sorrow on the bosom of the earth.
What's this now?
Let's choose executors, and talk of wills.
Shakespeare?
Quite.
Oh.
Which play?
Macbeth.
Magnificent guess, Miss Bateman, but I'm afraid that passage is from Richard II. Studying the work of the bard is one of my favorite pastimes. Follow me.
Very strange, just to quote Shakespeare, I don't know, out of
The
nowhere.
vast expanse of God's creation. The moors extend as far as the mortal eye can see. Beautiful, is it not?
Quite.
Indeed, the moors are beautiful.
The beauty of God's creation is that it takes so many forms. How can one take in such a view and not have faith? Some look at these moors and think this a godless land. But I tell you, he is found in all domains. The Lord's work is all about us. Tell me, Miss Bateman, do you believe in God?
Sure. Tell the truth.
I was brought up Anglican. The church was an important part of my early life, Father Roach. But what happened to my father eventually made me question things.
If you don't mind me asking, my child, what happened to your father?
He had an accident when I was very young.
Come along now, Thomasina. Let's get out of the rain.
God damn, it's always raining. Ah, look. Back here. I thought it looked familiar.
Remember what I told you, all right? Be a good girl. People are unwell here. They don't want to hear you running about making noise. Understood?
Yes, Mother.
Good. And don't annoy the nurses.
I promise I won't.
Good. Now, let's see your father.
Do we get to finally go in?
Daddy, wake up! Daddy, wake up! Daddy is sleeping.
Oh, not sure. I'm not sure.
Mummy? Mummy?
Good evening, Mr. Bateman. Hello, little one. You must be Thomasina?
Yes.
My name is Nurse Blaketon. I just need to talk to your mummy for a little bit. I'm sorry to disturb you, Mrs. Bateman. Mrs. Bateman?
Will he ever talk again, Nurse Blaketon?
The doctor is uncertain, Mrs. Bateman. There is the possibility that Mr. Bateman won't regain any movement at all.
Okay, he is alive. Yep, okay.
But we will do our utmost to look after Mr. Bateman here at Ticehurst, ma'am. He will have a nurse by his side at all times, I can assure you.
What sort of God would allow this fate to befall such a kind and honest man?
I'm sorry to hear this. God moves in mysterious ways, but he loves us all. Come along now.
Nice chat.
Hello?
Well,
She scampered off in a hurry. Who was that?
Some primitive folk make their home out on the moors. I suggest you keep your wits about you when you are exploring, and don't stray too far from Bewlay.
I see.
primitive folk.
How much farther to Mr. Shoulder's house?
Still quite a walk, I'm afraid, but we'll get to him soon enough. Now then, take a look at this. Legend has it that this cairn has stood here for over 1,000 years.
How remarkable.
The Devil's Toe.
I beg your pardon?
That's what it's called. The Devil's Toe.
Oh, I see.
Come now. Onward.
We went across that vast, featureless landscape. All the while, Father Roach was whistling away merrily. Just as I had begun to wonder if we were hopelessly lost, a building emerged from the mist. Mr. Shoulder's cottage.
Here we are, Miss Bateman. Unless my memory fails me completely, this is Mr. Leonard Shoulder's house.
Thank you for your help, Father Roach.
Now, no need to thank me after your providential assistance today. However, I have something to ask you.
Yes?
Please don't tell Mrs. de Plancy about my little scene in the woods.
Ooh,
she will only
secrets.
fret. The poor dear woman has enough on her mind as it is.
I shan't mention it.
Thank you. You'd better see if Mr. Shoulder is in.
She shan't, but I will. W in, mate.
Mr. Shoulder? Is Thomasina Bateman here? I'm here in Bewlay as discussed.
Maybe try again. His hearing probably isn't the best at his age.
Try again, you reckon?
Mr. Shoulder, are you home? It appears Mr. Shoulder is not at home. Curses.
Curses.
Perhaps you could try the handle.
It's locked.
No sign of life?
None. The window is nice and clean. The dwelling is by no means abandoned. I've no desire to lug a block of wood about the countryside.
Didn't mean to point there, but anyway.
The trousers feel damp. Freshly hung or still wet from last night's rain.
Mystery.
That glove looks familiar.
Hey, I was about to say that.
I wonder if it matches the glove I found behind the plough and furrow.
Yeah, that's interesting. It was behind the blocked door.
Slightly damp.
I have a similar one myself. So very warm.
It was the old man that ran away.
What else do you know about Mr. Shoulder?
A reclusive man. I must say I know very little about him.
Does he attend services at St. Edmund's?
Not regularly, if at all these days.
Perhaps he feels closer to God out here on the moors. What do you make of Mr. Shoulder's residence?
A sturdy construction, I'm in no doubt. The winds blow a gale out here, not to mention the pelting rain.
At least he must have plenty of eggs to eat.
Awful creatures, those hens.
What are you talking about?
Do you know that young girl we saw?
No, but I've seen her sneaking around the churchyard. The poor thing is feral. She takes off at the slightest stirring. We will bring the Lord to her. Good time.
Perhaps she has her own beliefs. You said there were others like her.
Primitive folk, yes. Avoid the moors in hours of darkness and don't wander too far. I wouldn't entrust a young woman in their company.
Do you know anything else about the Devil's Toe?
Not really. I do recall it toppling over when I was a child. A few lads from Bewlay rebuilt it to the best of their memories.
The devil mustn't have been happy.
Come now, my child. Do not joke about such matters.
Why don't you like hens, Father?
I know I must love all of God's creatures, but they make such an unholy ruckus, and their talons claw at my boots.
But they mean no harm, and they provide eggs.
I cannot abide hens' eggs. They smell of sulphur when rotten.
What more can you tell me of these primitive folk?
Godless people, Miss Bateman. Don't concern yourself with them. They live out there on the very edges of this land. If you don't wander too far, you shouldn't cross their path.
You mentioned that Mrs. Duplancy is worried about something at the moment.
It is not my place to say. Mrs. Duplancy will tell you in good time, if she deems it fit to do so.
What is your favourite of Shakespeare's works?
A very difficult question, Miss Bateman. But one I can answer, nonetheless. I am awfully fond of Cymbeline.
An unusual choice.
All gold and silver rather turn to dirt. Wouldn't you agree?
A fine quote. Is there a Mrs. Shoulder?
No. I believe Mr. Shoulder has led a life of celibacy.
Thank you for your time.
Lord be with you.
Okay, so that's it.
I've only just got here. I've come a long way to meet you, Mr. Shoulder. Please open the door.
What have we got?
No sign of any...
Should we put the glove up here? For some weird reason. Go that way. Glove. Use glove with trousers. Use glove with... Glove?
The gloves are a pair. Does this mean Mr. Shoulder was in the alley last night? Why didn't he come inside to see me?
Perhaps he's gone for a stroll.
Possibly.
I'd suggest you call back later, my child. I myself must make my way back home. I have some matters to attend to at the church. Shall I accompany you back to Bewlay?
No, you go ahead, Father. Thank you.
As you wish. Farewell, Miss Bateman. I hope Mr. Shoulder finds his way to you.
Thank you for your help, Father Roach.
My pleasure. Parting is such sweet sorrow.
Romeo and Juliet?
Correct.
Hey, nice
That
guess.
I shall say good night, till it be morrow. Lord be with you.
Alright, we're on our
Well,
lines.
Mr.
Now,
Shoulder,
what are we going to do?
you've brought me to Bewlay, and now you're nowhere to be found.
Can't go this way?
You're a sweet little thing, aren't you?
Another achievement.
He looks much too unruly to be picked up. No sign of any... The window is much too high. Mr. Shoulder continues to prove himself elusive.
Alright, well, off we go by ourselves.
As I trudged back to Bewlay across those cold moors, I made a new resolution. I would find Hobbs Barrow myself, with or without Mr. Shoulder.
Oh, I wonder if that is a good idea. Probably not.
The train! That must be Kenneth. I should go and meet him at the station.
I cannot wait to meet Kenneth.
Margaret's Lookout. I wonder who Margaret is, or was.
Train. Do we have anything
Hello.
else?
Good day.
Father Roach asked me not to discuss that with Mrs. Duplancy.
I'm doing it though.
Father Roach seems rather under the weather, don't you think?
Father Roach? The man is as fit as a lad half his age. What makes you say that?
I found him in the woods in a state of considerable distress.
Oh my! This is very worrying. I must check on him later. I had no idea.
Are you sure you don't know where Hobbs Barrow is?
Hobbs, what?
Never mind. Thank you for your time.
Lord be...
There we go. Told you I was going to dob on him. Oh, beautiful. Blacksmith?
Good day.
Yes?
Mr. Crozier, I presume.
Aye, George Crozier, at your service.
My name is Thomasina.
Aye, can I help you?
Are you a Bewlay native, Mr. Crozier?
Aye, born and bred.
Aye.
That's where my father's forge before mine.
How is business faring?
I do an honest trade. There'll always be horses needing shoes and farmers needing tools. You let me know if you need out made or mended. I'll do you a fair price.
Thank you, Mr. Crozier. Do you know
Still
a man
yawning
by
her
the
head
name
off
of
over there.
Leonard Schultz?
Oh, aye. Old Leonard.
Have you seen him recently?
No, not recently.
Do you know where he lives?
Why all these questions, lass?
I need to speak with him. He invited me to Bewlay.
Oh, he'll turn up. I've seen him in the plough and furrow from time to time.
But do you know where he lives? I need to find him.
I believe he lives somewhere out on the moors. Can't tell you out more than that.
Thank you, Mr. Crozier. What can you tell me about Bewlay?
We don't get many visitors here, outside of market days. But there's plenty of work for the village blacksmith. Where are you from, then?
I arrived yesterday on the train from London, by way of Derby.
Oh, aye. I've heard about London.
What have you heard?
Plenty of factories there.
Yes, indeed. The city is always changing and moving forward.
Too busy for me, though, lass. I prefer a quieter pace. Aye.
When do market days run in Bewlay?
Once or twice a month. The next one is tomorrow.
How delightful.
Unless your vice is cabbages, there'll be naught to interest a young lady.
I don't mind a cabbage.
Then you're in luck.
Do you know of a local landmark named Hobbs Barrow?
There's a fair many barrows found out on the moors, lass. Too many to put a name to. Not a soul in Bewlay pays them any mind.
Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
Right, that's it. Train station this way. Kenneth. Hey, goodies.
Where is Kenneth?
Forget his name.
He was supposed to wait for me at the station.
Tillet.
Mr. Tillet, where did you go last night?
Have we met?
Last night at the Plough and Furrow.
Oh, Miss Bateman. I were blind drunk last night and woke up with a stinking headache.
You still smell like a brewery.
Sorry.
You went to use the lavatory and never came back, Mr. Tillet. I searched everywhere for you.
I think I remember you bought me a drink. Then it's all a blur. I woke up in my bed this morning with my wife sour at me for waking her at some ungodly hour.
About last night. What were you going to tell me about Leonard Shoulder?
Who?
Leonard Shoulder. You told me you knew him, and promised to tell me more if I bought you a drink, which I did. So what were you going to tell me?
I don't really know the old bugger.
But you said you did.
Oh, aye. No, I know naught about him. No, naught about Leonard Shoulder.
Just wanted the drink, cheeky bugger.
You're hiding something, Mr. Tillet. I don't believe you.
I say a lot of things when I've got the drink in me. I probably just wanted you to buy me an ale.
A likely story.
Look, what would I gain from lying to you? I just wanted another drink.
Even if that's the case, it doesn't explain your disappearance.
I don't remember out.
Okay. That was last night.
I found Mr. Shoulder's house, but he wasn't home.
Don't worry, you'll find him.
How's your headache faring?
It feels like a steam engine is driving full pelt in a circle around me skull.
Be sure to drink plenty of water, Mr. Tillett.
Aye.
Sound
I'll
advice.
survive.
So, you work here?
Aye. Bewlay Station Master at your service. Would you like to buy a ticket?
Not just yet, thank you. I understand that some of the locals are not too happy about this new station.
Aye. I'd go as far as saying the whole village.
How long has the station been open for?
About 3 months. We're on the Midland Railway line. This employment's been a saviour for me. If I weren't stood here, I'd be drinking my life away at the pub right now. It's worth the occasional withering look from Cyril and the rest of them.
What does a station master do?
A bit of this and a bit of that. I don't wish to bore you with such things.
As you wish.
My responsibilities here keep me on the straight and narrow, I'll tell you that much. A sense of duty can do wonders for a lost soul.
Indeed. This must be a rather lonesome post to occupy.
Trains pass through here more regularly than you might think, lass.
I'm looking for my assistant, Kenneth.
Oh, aye?
His train has arrived.
Not a single soul disembarked the last train, Miss Bateman.
Impossible.
Okay.
Was that not the midday train from London by way of Derby?
Aye, it were. Mr. Price were here, unloaded a few crates.
But no Kenneth.
Not a soul. Hold on. One of them crates had your name on it, Miss Bateman. A great big one it were, with...
A red ribbon.
Aye.
What is Kenneth playing at, sending my equipment but not himself? Curses.
Curses.
Where is my crate now?
Mr. Price took away all the crates on his cart.
Who?
Mr. Price, he's the postmaster.
Where can I find Mr. Price?
He lives above the storeroom, just north of the plough and furrow. You'll see it. There's a Royal Mail plaque on the wall.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, we know that one.
Where can I find...
He lives above... You'll see.
Thank you. About last... You really don't remember where you went last night?
As I say, it's all a blur. I remember needing a piss. Then... nothing. Well, you must have missed me when I came out.
I did not. I even went to the gents' toilets to find you.
Oh, aye. A sight for sore eyes.
It was. I checked everywhere, and you were nowhere to be found. The back door leading to the alleyway was blocked from the outside.
Oh, aye?
Yes. You must have exited through that door, Mr. Tillett.
But you just said it were blocked.
There must be an explanation.
My mind has drawn a blank.
Why was the door blocked? Did you block it?
I told you I don't remember. I've nought to say 'cause I remember nought.
Nout. I'd like to throw Nout in.
I'm looking for Hobbs
conversation.
Barrow.
Hobbs Barrow.
It's why Leonard Shoulder invited me to Bewlay. He thought I might like to excavate it.
Oh, aye. I heard about a Hobbs Barrow somewhere out there. There's some old stories around it.
What stories?
I can't remember.
Mr. Tillett, please. This is important.
Pretty
I'm
fucking
awfully
useless.
sorry, Miss Bateman. I'll try to remember. If he invited you here, then I'm sure Mr. Shoulder will tell you all about it.
That's if I ever get to meet him.
I'm sure you will.
Where can I find...
He lives above the... You'll see.
Thank you.
Okay, we did that. Cool.
Farewell for now.
Ta-ra.
Useless, mate. Oh no, it's this way. So we don't get to see Kenneth. Oh, hello. Cyril.
Good day to you, Cyril.
I'll do, lass.
What are you up to, Cyril?
Keeping an eye on that bleeding railway station. That's what. Thankfully, no one got off the last train.
Really hate that station, don't you?
Oh, I curse Midland Railway for bringing their damn line through Bewlay. This is our town, our land. 'Tis no place for outsiders.
So you keep saying.
Anyway, no more trains today. Almost time to celebrate with an ale, I think.
I could do with one myself.
You paying?
No. I found Mr. Shoulder's house today, but he wasn't home.
Why the bleeding hell should I care, lass?
I'm looking for Hobbs Barrow. Do you know where it is?
Mind your own business, lass.
Oh.
You really are quite helpful, aren't you?
Bah.
Goodbye.
Ta-ra, lass.
It's quite welcoming at first, and then he got pretty cold, didn't he? Jerk. The post. This. Just north. What's in here?
That must be the postmaster's storeroom.
Cool.
Hello.
Good day. I haven't seen you in Bewlay before.
I'm just visiting.
Lovely. It's nice to see a new face. We don't get many visitors. My name's Henry. Henry Long.
Nice to meet you, Henry. Thomasina Bateman.
Wonderful. What a treat.
You seem in a good mood, Mr. Long.
It's just lovely to see a new face. Where are you from, Miss Bateman?
Seems harmless.
Originally a small town on the outskirts of Derby, Mr. Long. Though I currently reside in London.
London? I've never met anyone from London. How very exciting. Have you lived there a long time?
It's been quite a few years now, yes.
I've heard that the air there is so heavy with smoke, it makes it hard to breathe. Is that true?
Some days.
Oh, you must miss the fresh northern air. Well, you've got that in Bewlay. No factories out here. Such things are a blight on his creation. I were born in this very home I stand in front of. Bewlay is in my blood. Why would I ever want to leave? Especially now I can meet new folk thanks to the railway line.
I'm looking for Mr. Price, the postmaster.
Oh, Mr. Price, my lovely neighbour. I'm afraid you've just missed him.
Curses.
I saw him wheeling a large crate into his storeroom just there.
It must be mine. I really need it.
Have a look through the window to see if it's yours.
Where did Mr. Price go?
I don't know. The man were in a hurry. I know he has family in Bakewell.
That's miles away. Did he leave by foot?
No, by horse. He must be a few miles down the road by now.
Curses. When will Mr. Price be back?
He didn't say. Could be tonight, could be a few days.
How infuriating.
I told him I'd keep watch of his storeroom, and I'm a man of my word, Miss Bateman. I shall not budge from this spot.
Do you know a man named Leonard Shoulder?
Aye,
Leonard
funny old fellow.
Shoulder.
I hear he lives way out on the moors somewhere.
Have you seen him recently?
No, not for a long while now that you mention it. Why do you ask?
It's a long story, but I was to meet him in Bewlay. He invited me here.
Well, I must thank him when I see him for inviting such an enchanting young woman.
You flatter me, Mr. Long. I'm looking for Hobbs Barrow.
One of those old burial hills.
Yes. Do you know where it is?
Believe it or not, I haven't set foot on the moor since I were a child.
Why is that?
I've got all I need right here in Bewlay. And we're all truly blessed with the railway station, which brings us lovely new faces.
Your opinion
He
of the
loves
railway
this
station
railway
differs widely from your fellow townsfolk, Mr. Long.
Loves it.
I've not met anyone particularly keen on it.
That railway line is the start of a new era for Bewlay. Mark my words. There's much to protect here, but we need new blood. I hope that some of you visitors will actually stay here permanently.
Why is that?
So I have new friends to talk to. Some people here don't want any new friends. Cyril Farnaby, the miserable old sod, is the worst offender.
I've had the pleasure of meeting Cyril. He really dislikes the railway station.
Absolutely miserable he is. I've tried to convince him many times that the station will help Bewlay. He just doesn't understand.
I met him last night in the Plough and Furrow.
Aye, the scene of our many debates. Blimey, I could go for an ale right now, actually.
Can I buy you a drink?
Really?
No. Wait. Do you think Mr. Kemp will let me open a tap?
Perhaps. You could always ask him. I shouldn't
Hell
leave
yeah,
anyway.
let's open up
Mr.
the tab.
Price is relying on me to keep watch of his storeroom.
Goodbye.
Don't be a stranger. The postmaster isn't home. If you're looking to collect your post, you'll have to wait until he gets back.
Royal Mail, Postmaster's Residence. This must be the local post office.
You know shit.
There's nothing else I wish to do. The man is standing. Perhaps I can look through that window to see if my crate is inside.
Sweet.
There's my crate. Kenneth always ties a red ribbon to it. I can see an envelope tucked behind the ribbon. Perhaps it can help explain Kenneth's absence. I'm going to have to get in there.
Oi, keep away from that door. I promise Mr. Price I keep an eye on his storeroom while he's gone.
Okay. So we have to go find him. Let's open up that tab.
I'm sorry to ask this, Mr. Kemp, but could I please open a tab?
Still not in your purse?
I'm afraid not. My assistant hasn't arrived as planned, so I find myself in a bind. He must have put the money in my crate, which is currently being held in Mr. Price's storeroom.
Well, as you know, I run an honest establishment here, and I do trust you. So yes, I'll open an account for you, to be settled at the end of your stay.
Of course. Thank you, Mr. Kemp.
Now then, I'll be needing something of value as a deposit.
Oh,
I thought you
can
said
have
you trusted me.
Aye, it's not personal, lass.
Silver
One
cross.
can never be too cautious.
I found Mr. Shoulders home, thanks to the help of Father Roach.
Wonderful. So you've met our vicar then?
Yes, I did. An interesting character.
Indeed. So, did old Leonard apologise for his absence?
We haven't found him
Not
yet.
quite. He wasn't home.
What is that man playing at?
You tell me. I've decided to find Hobbs Barrow without Mr. Shoulders' aid.
Are you sure that's a wise idea, lass?
What other choice do I have? I have a feeling he is avoiding me. Do you know where I can find the Barrow?
No, sorry. I say that on my mother's grave, Miss Bateman.
My assistant has not arrived as planned.
Oh, is everything all right?
I'm not entirely sure.
Am I to keep a room for him just in case?
If you could hold it for one more night, Mr. Kemp.
As you wish.
How can I open a tab again?
Leave me an item of value as a deposit. I'll give it back to you at the end of your stay, when it will be time to pay the piper.
Pay the
Goodbye.
piper.
See you soon.
What do we got? We got this cross. You can have this cross. You can have your matchbox back. How about that?
Will you accept this silver cross pendant as a deposit?
Can I take a closer look at it?
He probably recognises it. He knows we stole it.
Aye, silver. That'll do.
Thank you, Mr. Kemp.
Can I get you something to drink?
Cool, he took it. Wait, do we want a drink?
A tankard of your finest ale, Mr. Kemp.
There we are. That's 2 pence on your account.
Thank you. Most agreeable. I've too much to do today.
Okay, we're not sleeping, okay? Alright, so we've opened the tab. Bring the map up. I think we can fast travel too.
I don't think anyone...
Oh, do we go
No
back
one
and tell
here.
him about the bar? Hold on.
Hello?
Good day.
Can I buy you a drink, Henry?
Really?
Really? We can talk more at the inn.
But I told Mr. Price I'd keep watch of his storeroom.
Doors have locks for this very reason.
You're right. One drink won't take long. I shall take you up on your offer, Miss Bateman.
Let us make our way.
The rocket weren't Stevenson's only design, you know. Before that, there were the Blucher and the Locomotion. But my favourite would have to be the Lancashire Witch. I believe he built that in 1828. In Newcastle, of course. Well, that's me. I better be off.
Wait!
Ta-ra, Miss Bateman.
Oh man, it was a quick drink.
I couldn't even get a word in.
He likes a good chinwag, our Henry.
He certainly does.
Oh, that was pretty quick.
Henry Long can talk, can't he?
He's a colourful character. The man drinks like a fish.
He certainly does.
I've seen him drink this place dry and still be up to tend his garden at sunrise. The man can truly hold his ale.
Goodbye.
See you soon.
Alright, he might be a bit drunk now. Let's go back. I'm gonna talk to that idiot. That loser. Oh, he's still there. Bloody hell.
Hello?
Good day.
Let's go have another
Can
drink.
I buy you another drink?
I suppose one more ale won't hurt. I shall take you up on your offer, Miss Bateman.
Let us make our way.
Oh, this is hilarious. We're just gonna keep getting him drunk.
The rear wheels are powered by coupling rods, would you believe? The boiler had 2 flue tubes. 2! There were nothing like it. Well, that's me. I better be off.
Wait!
Ta-ra, Miss Bateman.
Curses. I'm starting to feel somewhat tipsy. I'm here to excavate Hobbs' Barrow, not Hobbs' barrels.
Ooh, zing. Hobbs Barrels achievement unlocked. Look at this man.
Good day, sir.
Nah. Man, I think we're gonna have to go get him tipsy again. Oh, one more drink. Am I doing this right or not?
I can probably get this door open, but I can't do it with this. Hello?
Good day.
Can I buy you another drink?
I suppose one more ale. I shall take you up.
Let us make our...
Alright, we'll just do this one more time. He's running up my tab.
Bewlay is the latest of many additions to the Midland Railway line. Speaking of change, I hear the whole frontage of Derby Station is being rebuilt. Designed by an architect by the name of Tubshaw, if I remember correctly. Well, that's me. I better be off.
Wait!
Ta-ra, Miss Bateman.
Mr. Long can really put away a drink. Thank goodness I've switched to water.
Oh, nice. Nice move. I'm never that smart. Should always switch to water. Don't leave it too late.
Hello?
Good.
Can I buy you another?
I suppose I shall take you up.
Let us make our...
It really is great to have someone new to talk to. I've so many more stories to share. Well, that's me. I better be off.
Wait!
Ta-ra, Miss Bateman.
Mr. Long can really put away a drink. Thank goodness I've switched to water.
Okay, this is getting us nowhere.
I can't think of anything else to... It's locked.
Okay.
Excuse me, do you think anyone would mind if I borrowed this trowel?
You help yourself, dear. Father Roach won't mind lending it. Just be sure to put it back when you're finished.
Of course, thank you.
It is more blessed to give than to receive.
Sweet, what can we use that for? Smack this guy over the head.
The bucket is rusty. There's nothing else I... I can probably...
Probably what?
I can probably get this door open, but I can't do it with...
Yeah. Getting him drunk isn't working. Hey. Boy.
Hello there, my name's Thomasina.
Yeah?
What's yours?
Wally?
Bewlay?
Do you know a man called Leonard Shoulder?
No,
Have you heard of a place called Hobbs Barrow?
no.
Goodbye. The road disappears over the horizon. I see nothing but moorland.
then. Have I missed something in a conversation here? What have I missed? Let's go this way. We didn't go all the way over here last time. And the vicar was here. Vicar? Is that what he's called? His vomit's gone. That's great. Oh, a hole.
I have no desire to go rooting.
I shall see you later this evening, gents. Well, I say. Greetings, my dear.
Hello, sir.
A pause on your beauty, for I shall see you again soon.
Wait! Some nerve.
Lady, you're blushing.
I most certainly am not.
Sorry, lass. No way through here today.
Let me pass.
Not today, by order of Lord Panswick. Now get back before you find yourself under a falling tree. There's nought even down there.
You're not going to let me pass, are you?
Now she gets it.
My name is Thomasina Bateman.
Oh, aye? You're not from round here, Thomasina Bateman.
No, just visiting. What is your name, sir?
Horace.
Are you in charge here?
I am indeed.
Tell me, who was that arrogant man here just now?
Just someone passing by.
It sounded like you knew him better than that.
I don't mean to be disrespectful, but that's none of your business.
What are you doing here?
What does it look like I'm doing? We're chopping down trees.
There is no need to be sarcastic.
We're employed by Lord Panswick. He's ordered us to gather logs from his woods. That's what we're doing.
These are his woods.
Aye, his lordship owns most of the land round Bewlay.
His woods, huh?
Who is Lord Panswick?
Our governor.
He's the governor of the whole town.
All right, Owen, back to work now.
He lives in Bewlay.
Aye, not far away. But his lordship doesn't like questions. Or visitors. Now please leave us to our work.
Do you know a man named Leonard Shoulder?
No, I don't. Can you let me get back to my work now?
The way she says Leonard
Why are you gathering
Shoulder.
logs for Lord Panswick?
By heck, you ask a lot of questions. If you must know, his lordship is repairing an old ruin on his land. We need the timber for the restoration work.
How intriguing. What type of ruin is Lord Panswick restoring?
An old chapel.
I should rather like to see it.
Not possible. His lordship does not welcome visitors to his estate.
Do you know where I can find a place called Hobbs Barrow?
Never heard of it.
Thanks for your time.
We'll be done by tomorrow morning. Come back then if you want to explore the woods.
Okay.
Lass, there's no way...
I'll let him get on. I can't think of any...
Okay. It was a good little visit anyway. Do we want to go
I have
home?
no...
Let's go find that man. What's up here?
Good day, little one. What's your name?
Wally took Myrtle.
Pardon?
He took her and ran off. I hate him.
Is Myrtle one of your dolls?
Yes, my favourite. Mummy made her for me. She's so beautiful. Wally is the worst brother in the whole world.
I'm sorry to hear that. What is your name, little one?
Jane.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Jane. My name is Thomasina. This is a lovely little beck.
It's where we get our water, miss. It's good for drinking and cleaning.
Good to know.
Your dolls look lovely, Jane.
Thank you, miss. I love them very much. Today was their bath day.
Why did your brother take Myrtle away?
He's just jealous because Daddy is letting me come with him to the market tomorrow. Wally thinks I'm Daddy's favourite, so he took Myrtle from me. What if he rips her to tatters? What if he feeds her to Mr. Bryden's goat?
Don't worry, Jane. I'm sure he wouldn't do such a thing. Where did your brother go?
I don't know.
We've seen him, we
Home,
know.
maybe. But I have to wait here for Myrtle's friends to dry out.
Do you know an old man called Leonard Shoulder?
No, miss.
Have you heard of a place called Hobbs Barrow?
I have, yes.
You have?
We aren't supposed to talk about it.
Why not?
Would you like to go there?
Yes, I would very much like to.
I'll tell you where it is if you find Myrtle for me.
You will?
Yes! But don't tell anyone about it or I'll be told off.
I promise.
Please find Myrtle first. I miss her.
I will. Where do you live?
Our home is on the other side of the village, miss. Maybe Wally went back there. Or maybe he's left her out on the moors. Poor Myrtle. I'm going to kick him so hard.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye, miss.
We know where we're going. We haven't been down that way either. Wally.
Good day.
Myrtle, please.
Jane tells me you've taken Myrtle away.
And what if I did?
That's a bit mean, don't you think?
She kicked me! Look at this bruise on my leg!
That does look quite bad. Why did she kick you?
Because she's a little goblin. You don't know what she can be like. Besides, Myrtle is gone now. I've given her to the fair folk. That'll teach her.
Who are the fair folk?
The little people of the moors. I gave Myrtle to them.
Little people? You don't mean fairies, do you?
We call them fair folk round here.
Wally, there is no such thing as fairies.
It's two, and I gave them a doll.
Where can I find these fair folk?
Follow the tinkle of their tiny bells. I hear them when the wind dies. They dance around their little house.
But where is this little house?
Just listen for the bells, you'll find it. Don't think about bringing that doll back. That'll just bring bad luck for all of us.
What do you know about Lord Panswick?
I heard he owns the whole county.
Have you met him?
No, he lives out on the moors somewhere. But everyone does what he tells them to.
Why's that?
Because he has a lot of money.
Goodbye.
That's
I
it.
can't think of anything else to talk.
No, we don't go that way.
The road disappeared.
Oh, I saw us there with that little tiny figure out what that kind of view was, but there's a little, tiny version of us. Very cool. I just saw it. I think we're going to have to wrap up soon. We're almost 2 hours in our first episode. Just waiting for like a cutscene or something like that to happen.
Have you found Myrtle, miss?
Wally told me he's given Myrtle to the fair folk.
Now I'll never see her again.
There, child. I'll get your doll back, don't worry. Where can I find the fair folk?
Wally says he sees them on the moors, dancing and riding on the backs of birds. But be careful, you don't want to upset the fair folk.
How so?
They'll put a hex on you.
Oh. Jane, I'm quite sure there is no such thing as fair folk.
Don't let them hear you say that, miss.
Wally told me you kicked him. Is that true?
Wally is a liar. He took Myrtle and ran. He's such a little shit.
You shouldn't really kick your brother, even when he does deserve it. Goodbye.
Bye, miss.
Were up there? Up here. Fair folk? No. Back up here, up that longer road. It's the thing with these point and clicks, you just don't stop, you just got to keep going through the story. You don't want to stop. What's that?
I'd better not touch them. It looks like something has been buried in the middle. I'm not sure if... It looks like some...
Get it. Oh, no, we can't.
The moors stretching.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Thomasina, please stop leaving your toys lying about the place. What happened the last time you left your dolly under the tree?
A fox ate it, madame.
Yes, it did. Fetch it now, won't you? Then I'll fix your supper.
Yes, madame. What's for supper, madame?
It'll be nothing but a glass of water and a worm if you don't fetch your dolly right this instant.
Hello, fairies. Hello. There you are, Josephine. I won't let the foxes eat you.
Who's that you have there, little bird?
Josephine. She introduced me to the fairies.
Oh, fairies, you say?
Yes, Daddy.
Do you believe in fairies?
Of course. Do you see those mushrooms over there?
Yes.
That's the gateway to their kingdom. That's where Josephine and I go to talk to the fairies.
Now, listen to me, Thomasina.
Yes?
You're old enough now to hear this. There's no such thing as fairies or talking dolls, my little bird.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, my dear child. I do not wish to upset you. I just want to make sure that you understand the difference between fantasy and reality. Josephine is just a doll, and fairies do not exist.
But, Daddy...
Science is the great antidote to the poison of enthusiasm and superstition. Please always remember that. If you hear anything about fairies or the like again, know that it's hogwash. What is it?
Hogwash. Did Wally bury the doll, I wonder? This must be Jane's ragdoll.
Well.
You're coming with me, little fellow. I shall name you Kenneth.
Cool.
Perhaps these wriggling worms are the fair folk young Wally was so fearful of. How strange. There is a hairpin pierced through the arm. This may come in handy. I'll keep it.
Cool.
At least I shall not return from Bewlay empty-handed.
Game saved. Alright, I'm going to wrap it up there, folks. It's been 2 hours for our first episode Let's Play of the Excavation of Hobbs and Barrow. Hope you're enjoying it. It's nice being able to chill and just enjoy some text and dialogue without having to talk all the way through the game. Probably sometimes you don't want to hear me just, rambling on all the time. So I hope you enjoyed it. And we'll kick off the next episode with us taking the teddy back to the little girl there, and we'll see how we go. I'd like to get our stuff out of that post office as well. So there you go. That's episode 1, and I'll see you guys soon in another video. Catch you later.